Hello, I'm DerTebbers, and this is your indie game review of World of Guns, Gun Disassembly. Here in the United States, and many other countries, gun ownership is an established fact, regardless of what you might feel about that. However, guns are expensive, and some guns are just illegal to own. Have you ever just wanted to take apart a gun you could never afford, or you could never actually buy? If so, well, this might be the game for you. Additionally, if you ever wanted to practice field stripping a gun that maybe you used during the service, or maybe you never got to use because you never joined the service. This is World of Guns, Gun Disassembly, a free-to-play game from Noble Empire Company. Will this game blow your socks off, or just, well, you can finish that one. The graphics of the guns are amazing. Using X-ray and slow motion, you can really see how these guns operate. And you can see the difference between the single fire and auto fire. Isn't that just amazingly beautiful? And you can use different levels of X-ray to see different items in operation. It's an amazing way to see guns, something that you'd never see in your everyday life. You can even cut them away if you wish. Now, is it perfect? No. What game ever is? There are some instances where the coloration is so muted that it's hard to tell if it is one piece or actually comprising several pieces. Look at that. That's a lot of pieces that were contained in what looks, when assembled, one big solid piece. Now in a race to clock situation, that can be really annoying, because there's something called the sniper mode. And the sniper mode means you can never misclick. Ever. When you misclick, you lose points and all that good stuff. So you never want to misclick. And it's sometimes hard to tell, because of the coloration, if it's a solid unit or not. Becomes a game of memory. The shooting range isn't bad either. Should have warned you. You know, it looks outdoorsy. I mean, it's not perfect, but it's more than passable. And the animation for the reload is very good as well. And the fact that you have your little zoom scope so that you can see what you're doing. There we go. Performance. Game performance is great. I mean, how could it not be? The only fast moments are here on the shooting range. Sorry, I won't talk while I'm shooting. The only fast moments are here on the range. The rest of the game just plods along. Go. Even when action is slow, such as the slow-mo moment, it's nice looking. It's beautiful. Audio performance, however, not so great. Yeah. The music will quickly annoy you, and you'll just turn it off. The sound of bolts are good. The sound of the reloading is good, but the sound of the guns is off. Having fired an AK in full auto before, that's not the sound of an AK in full auto. But it's the sound here. In fact, when you're actually in the operations section, it's even worse. Here's our AK on full auto. That doesn't match the sound we had at the gun range. I wonder why that is. Don't know. But the sound just, it's not quite there. Let's start with the good here. This game does a phenomenal job of showing an exploded view of a gun. I've just sort of half field stripped this gun. We're just going to leave it at that, the AK, venerable gun that it is. I mean, if you ever wondered how AK looks disassembled, this will show you how it looks pretty well disassembled. The pan and the zoom works beautifully. You can really kind of look in here and you can look at the various springs and how they behave. And it all looks pretty darn good, especially for a free-to-play game. And there's more. There are multiple gun modes. So there's the field strip, there's disassembly, assembly, operation. Those ones are pretty obvious. Game is completely disassembling and reassembling your gun with a time limit. And the sniper mode, which is in operation for game and hardcore game. The sniper mode is, as I said before, you can't make a mistake ever, period. You can never click on anything except for an item that can be removed. So it creates an interesting premise. How fast can you strip a gun and put it back together perfectly? Super game doesn't allow sniper mode because if you make a mistake, the game ends right there. Now, game and super game are the same in an aspect, and you've seen me doing this in a couple of these where I've had to click once and it highlights an item, and then I click again and it removes the item. Hardcore game kicks it up a notch. We'll go to hardcore AK-40. Actually, you know what? Let's, that's fine. All right, we're going to hardcore the AK-47. I don't really care if I get sniper mode or not. Now, the difference here is once I get this thing out, now I can start doing multiple things at once. And I click once, and it'll action on it. It's mad at me because I did something while something else was still in operation, but that's okay. Mad because I misclicked, but that's okay. I don't really care too much. So hardcore mode allows you to quick strip your gun to see how fast you can truly strip down this gun and hit all the little pieces. Out you go, get out, flip over. See how quick this is. Now, one thing to note is I can almost promise you this, you will miss things constantly. Because early on, for instance, this AK-47, early on, easy. It's a very simple gun to strip down, which is why it's such a popular gun for people. And I'm missing 8 parts somewhere. Oh, I forgot to disassemble this. Duh. Out you go. There we go. And that. And where are you? There. There. Poorly done, but I did it in a minute 31.94. So it's really cool that you can click on a bunch of things. The assembly is where I can really where you really start to fly because you kind of have learned the way things work. So if I go boom, put that on, go ahead and put that together, throw that in there. You close, get on there, go. Put that on. Oop. Put that on. Then put that on. There we go. Let's see, click on that. Somewhere there it is, right there. All right, you get on. You get on. There we go. Put that on. Click on that while that's working. You get in, down, on. Get on there. Now the one thing about the field stripping and the speed work that I'm doing right now is you have to do it, you have to wait. So you notice how things are a color. They get kind of turned to an orangish color while they're in operation, like right now that. If I click on something else, it's not going to register because that's still an orange color. So you have to plan around that. And boom. AK-47 complete. Terrible times in both cases. Now you get points. You get XP. Oh, look, I got 50 XP. Yay. Here's where the free-to-play demons start showing up. There are free-to-play games out there with XP grinds. In fact, almost all of them. But the good ones handle it in a quasi-linear manner. Things move pretty evenly. What do I mean? World of Tanks. It feels relatively linear. You work your way up, and as you move up, the amount of XP required increases, but it doesn't increase by huge jumps to make you have stupid long grinds. Except for the Arty, that's branched off the KV2, because that thing is stupid. Even all the WoW clones out there, usually done by groups like Perfect World, do a good job making you feel like you can progress at a constant pace. I've been playing this game for about 9 hours. You start at the AK. Then you unlock the Colt 1911, which is a great gun, actually. It's a fun gun to shoot. Then you can unlock the MP5, then the Tech 9 and the Beretta, the SIG, and the SIG. Okay? That sounds great, except for you saw I just got 50 points for doing that assembly of the AK-47. Well, okay, I want a Thompson machine gun. Let's play with the Thompson machine gun. 8,000 experience points, ladies and gentlemen. 8,000 experience points. Yeah. This is a cash grab philosophy as far as I'm concerned. Every time you click, look, right over here. Buy the Steam DLC. Lifetime access. $50. $50. Yeah. So you can imagine, I get 50 XP here. I need to grind 8,000 XP for the Thompson. Yeah. You get your daily bonuses. You sign in every time and it gives you your daily bonuses. You have a quiz, which is a game of look at it and choose the right thing. I have no idea what that is, so we're going to go with that. And I'm wrong. It's that. Okay, whatever. Every one that you get right, you get 300 XP. Then you have special operations. Hey, Facebook anybody? Invite 5 friends to join the game. And join their game group. Once you do that, you get 20,000 experience points and 20 credits. What do you do with credits? Well, what you do with credits, you go to bonus. And for unknown number of credits, there we go, 50 credits, I can play with a BMP3. Or for 50 credits, I can have the DMC-12. Or for 10 credits, the Captain America. So I can take apart vehicles. Or I can come over here and I can take apart a lion. Everybody likes taking apart lions, right? Or I can buy the DLC. Yeah. It's pretty bad, actually. The gun range is a mess, by the way. As much as I said it wasn't. Or, well, visually it's fine. But here's the thing. You got all these different things here. But I've never actually succeeded in doing these, and I'm a pretty darn good shot, usually, when I'm not talking. But your guy doesn't actually hold his breath very long, 1. 2, the point system is completely, as far as I know, arbitrary. I presume it's where you hit on the target. But this one, for instance, 600 points in order to get the achievement. I've done that. I've gotten 600 points, but then after the game timer sounded, it took away like 150 of my points, and I was under 600. I was like, why? Didn't tell me. Didn't tell me. So I was like, okay, whatever. Maybe a paid user doesn't have that problem. But what do you get when you first get a gun? Let's get the Uzi, because I've grinded to get 5,000. You saw I had exactly 5,000 when I started this, so that we can unlock the Uzi. So we unlock the Uzi. And when you do, it starts you down the path. Everything is locked. You start with the field strip. So let's field strip an Uzi really quick. Once we download it. Every single one is downloaded. It doesn't seem to store it locally, which is okay, I guess. All right, here we are with our Uzi. Make it safe. It is safe. Now it's going to help us. Click on that. Okay. Click on that. Okay. Now you notice, if you look really closely, you can see things in here. That's the X-ray on. And that lets you kind of plan for when you're going to fully strip this thing. All right. Here we go. Now let's take off the front and pull the barrel out. And go and drop the trigger frame. All right, there is a field stripped Uzi. That's all you do for field stripping. Now we reassemble it. It's really easy. You just remember what you did and you just do it all in reverse. That's, you know, great. And you think about it, the military, if you served, this is what you did with your gun, right? You field strip it and you put it back together and you do it until you could do it blind. Because, well, sometimes you had to because your drill instructor was a jerk. But there we go. We have field stripped and assembled our Uzi. Yay! Good for us. Continue. And we get 50 points. Yay! And we unlocked an achievement for the Uzi. Yay! And this goes on. You then disassemble. This is where you actually strip the thing completely down to the bottom. You can X-ray it so you can kind of see what's going on, which is pretty cool. Focus. I hate focus, and I turned it off almost immediately. Focus is when I click on this, it would zoom the camera. And that was really annoying because a lot of times I wanted to keep my view in a particular location. But they didn't want that. So now the game is remembering what we did for the field strip and then doing more. So notice there's some lines here. It means I can click on that. There we go. And then it looks like I can pull this out here. And the game is very inconsistent as well as what you have to actually do. Here it's disassembling an entire section by itself, which, I mean, can be good because it gets it done quicker. But sometimes you actually have to find itty bitty small screws. The Beretta. Oh my God, that Beretta is just horrid when it comes to that. Pull the barrel. A lot of times I deviate from the whole, there we go, pull that. I deviate from the whole field strip. There we go. Pull that and pull that. Now let's pull. There. Okay. We still have like flashing things back here. Let's get those out of here. And that's it. This is the game. Look at this. You didn't want to disassemble that for me? All right, fine. There. Now it's disassembled. This is it. Now, if you're a huge fan of guns, this can be an amazing little game. If you're not a huge fan of guns, okay, that I would think could be stripped more, but there's no flashing, so it can't. For reasons. If you're not big into guns, click on the thing, that thing right there. Thank you. If you're not big into guns, this just might not be your cup of tea. And that's not a big deal. It's a free-to-play game, which means you can give it a shot. If you don't like it, you don't like it, and you can move on. I need that right there. Yeah, thank you. And now pull the trigger out. You gonna take that apart for me? Nope. I'm gonna have to click on that itty bitty piece. Missing something there, right there. Is that it? No, I'm missing 2 items. Oh, it's in there. All right. And there. Yay, we disassembled our Uzi. There you go. That's how you disassemble an Uzi. We got 200 experience points. Yay! All right. The MP40, 5,000. Mm-hmm. This guy, 8,000. The PPSH, 8,000. Thompson, 8,000. Luger, 8,000. The CZ75 is 5,000. There you go. This is A World of Guns, Gun Disassembly by Noble Enterprises. It's free to play. But I don't... Yeah, it's not. If you love guns, go for it. If you don't love guns, don't bother. It's really not worth it. And it's just a grind fest. Until next time, I've been DerTebbers. This has been your indie game review of World of Guns, Gun Disassembly by Noble Empire something or somebody. Until next time, remember to keep your barrel clean and your ammo dry.